Your God-given purpose is the unique path that God has planned for your life. It's the reason you were born, and it's what you were created to do. But how do you discover your God-given purpose? I get asked that question 1,000,001 times, and so let's talk about it. I want you to first note that you can have multiple assignments that help you to fulfill your purpose. You are a student of life, and there will be a variety of activities and assignments you will complete to help you complete your overall purpose. So, for example, my main purpose is to encourage people to change their hearts and minds in a positive direction. And my assignments in which I fulfill this is I am a mental health clinician, I am an author, I am a speaker, I am a mentor, I am you fill in the blank. There are many things that I do to fulfill that purpose. Now, one way to discover your God-given purpose is to seek guidance from God. Start there. He's the manufacturer, so who better to ask about the purpose of a thing than the actual creator, God himself. Now, this means spending time in prayer, obviously, and meditation, and really asking God to reveal to you your purpose. I promise you that he desires to do so. I can assure you that he is eager to give you clarity and direction for your life. Just as he did with me and others, he will do the same for you. So, how do I know if I'm hearing from God, Trillian, or if I'm just making stuff up in my head? Well, I like to write down everything I hear, whether I think it's from God or whether it's maybe from myself. I then shelf it for some time until I receive multiple confirmations or if it just won't leave me alone. You know, that thing that just keeps nagging at you? You know, that one idea that you have and it seems to overwhelm you to the point where it won't leave you alone no matter how much you try to put it to the side. But for some reason, you just can't shake it. Those are those things you want to make sure you take off this shelf. Yes, that's the thing I then take off the shelf and return back to God for the next steps as it pertains to that one thing. So God, this thing keeps bugging me. I'm bringing it back to you. Is this my purpose or no? Is this the season for this or no? Now, another way to discover your God-given purpose is to look for patterns and themes in your life. So what are the things that you are passionate about? What are the things that you are naturally good at? Really just start with the basics. I'm skilled at this with minimum effort. I have the ability and passion to do this with the minimum effort. These can be clues to what your purpose is. Now, I want you to pay attention to these patterns and themes, and you will gain, I promise you, insight into what God has called you to do. And then finally, it's important to be open to change and to growth. What I thought I would be doing 10 years ago, 10 years later, I'm not doing the same things for the most part. Your God-given purpose may not stay the same throughout your entire life. So as you grow and change, your purpose may evolve and develop as well. So be open to that. Don't be too rigid. I've been told a time or two by God that we are now rerouting or we are modifying the plan. And at first I would struggle with that process because I would be locked in on what he first said. But I've discovered that the more I lean into the tiny glimpses of possibility, the more he reveals to me. So then that opens me up to more than I would have, really thought to do in the first place if I just stayed narrow-minded and scared to even take the next step forward. So overall, I believe the assignments of your purpose can be as simple or as robust as we make them out to be. Honestly, it's truly dependent on our willingness and our capacity. So here is your success word. I want you to jot down the patterns and the themes of your life. Just notice what keeps popping up. Now, for me, lately I've heard, you should be a fitness model at least 4 times this month. I've heard that every single time I'm at the gym. So, you never know. We shall see. I'm shelving it for now, but if it keeps popping up, it's coming off the shelf. What about you? What keeps trying to catch your eye?